Hey everybody, welcome back. James here again with you. And as you notice, I got a new gun, and it may look familiar to you. You're probably thinking, oh, that's the Air Venturi Avenger. Well, unfortunately, it's not. This is the UMAREX Origin 22 caliber. Even though it has some really distinct features and looks exactly like the Air Venturi Avenger, they are entirely not the same gun, unfortunately. So in this video, I'm going to give you guys my first impressions of this rifle and give you some accuracy and shooting and velocity numbers that I'm getting with it out of the box. I haven't done nothing to this rifle. So as always, hit that like button and subscribe below if you haven't. I truly appreciate it. Let's get moving on the video. Okay, so as you can see here, it pretty much again has the same features, kind of like the Avenger. You know, you got the side cocking lever, got the safety, got your dual Picatinny rail system on here for dovetail or Picatinny, barrel band, shroud, and a noticeably different stock. As you can see, the stock is not as hollow, I should say, as the Air Venturi Avenger is. But other than that, besides this not being regulated, you heard me correctly, this is not regulated. This is an unregulated gun that comes with a piston built in. So as a hand pumper, you can get this gun filled up pretty easily. And that's what this gun is designed for. Now, I don't hand pump anymore since I have an air compressor, but this could help you possibly air this gun up and be out in the range or out in the field using it. Now, with that said, the way this is set up out of the box that I got it, I filled it up to about the sweet spot of 3100 or so, and the actual hammer spring, so it even has the same hammer spring settings as Air Venturi. On the back here, there's a hole. You can use a wrench to tighten it up or loosen the hammer spring setting. So I want to show you the picture that I got here. 35 yards right out of the box, just throwing the scope on here, which is a 3-9 by 32 mil dot, and just getting the scope on and out of the box. The first 5 shots on paper was astonishing with the 15.89 grain JSB 22 caliber pellet. So again, this rifle is very accurate, and it's because, come to find out, I've done some testing and measurements. Another similarity that this shares is the barrel as the Air Venturi Avenger. It has the same exact barrel. Now, they might be a different length according to some websites stating the length, but the internal dimensions are the same. Now, as you can see, that 35-yard group is awesome for right out of the box. And later on that day, I was able to take this out with the side shot and take 5 shots at 50 yards, guys. This is unbelievable. Using the CARM magazine and the JSB 15.89 grain pellet, check it out. So you're probably wondering, well, James, with the way it's set up, you know, with your hammer spring and you're pumping it up or airing it up to about 3,100 psi, how fast are those JSB pellets? And this is being unregulated. They're floating around 900 feet per second, give or take, which, I mean, again, is accurate enough. As you can see, it's pretty accurate. I mean, can't really ask for much more than that. Now, with that said, I tried Slugs, and a little bit of a different story. And it's not because it can't shoot slugs, or it's because it's not the same barrel as the Air Venturi Avenger. It's because of the system that the gun is built around. You know, it's not regulated, so the same amount of air is not coming out of the air cylinder every time, every shot. And that plays a huge effect, unfortunately, with an unregulated gun, and you're shooting different projectiles and dwell time in the barrel. So if the projectile is still in the barrel, you know, slower or faster velocities really affect the projectile, unfortunately. So right now I'm going to show you guys what I got with the 21 grain and the 23 grain H&N Slug out of this. Next up is the H&N 23 grain slug. You're probably wondering also, well, how fast are those going? Well, I clocked those out of this gun, and again, you might have seen the video with the Air Venturi Avenger. It was shooting them faster, but this gun was shooting them around 675, the 21 grain slug, and around 650 with the 23 grain slug. And again, both are 5.51 head sized. And this again is the same barrel, because I did not want to try the heavier slugs because it was tough trying to get the slug in the Air Venturi breech. So again, the gun is almost identical, but there is some differences. And even, you know, magazines are the same. And this is the car magazine again that I used throughout this video. But other than that, again, I cannot stress enough that this is made for, you know, like they claim it is, for hand pumpers trying to get into the airgun world. And you know, again, there is major differences, which I am going to do a comparison video of the Air Venturi Avenger to this. But other than that, I am impressed for what I've found and what I've seen with this for what it is. You know, you can't really complain, especially when you get a hand pump with it. I know a lot of people didn't like that idea. You know, you buy the gun, you don't need the hand pump because you have a compressor or a hand pump already. But unfortunately, that's the only reason why they're selling it right now, is with the hand pump, to get people to buy it and get into the PCP world. So it makes sense on one end, but on the other end, if you've already been doing it, it's just another gun added to your collection and you have an extra hand pump. But, you know, again, some little specs that stood out to me, and I'll get you guys off the video here. But the little things, again, the meter, you're only allowed to fill this up about 3,600 psi versus the Air Venturi Avenger, and it uses a fill probe inside here. It does not fill at the end with the quick disconnect fitting. Other than that, it shares the same bolt probe, same O-rings. So, and the trigger, I have to say, on this gun right out of the box, it was pretty smooth. I cannot complain about the trigger on this right out of the box. I do kind of like the stock. It's kind of different, kind of more angled. But other than that, guys, I mean, it is what it is. I just think that for the price point, it shouldn't be that high. Like, this was around $349.99, and that's including the hand pump. Should they include the option without the hand pump? I don't know. That's up to UMAREX, but I feel like that's awful high. And then you can get the next best thing for less. That's actually probably better depending on what you want, usability and adjustment and all that. Now again, this one only has the hammer spring adjustment, nothing else. So whatever you fill your fill pressure up at, you have to find the sweet spot. Whereas a regulated gun, you already know that that's what the velocity is, or that's what the PSI is at. So anyways, guys, I just wanted to give you my out of the box and accuracy with this at 50 yards, and again, trying some slugs through it and finding out that it's the same barrel as another gun on the market, which is, again, these guns are almost identical, but there is some different features and they offer different things. Again, this one comes with an air source to fill it up, but other than that, that's up to the person who's wanting to buy something like this. It is what it is. And again, I mean, I'm impressed with it, don't get me wrong, not saying it's a bad gun, very accurate, but when there's something else out there that's ultimately better and it doesn't come with an air source, if you already have one, that's one thing, but if you don't, this is a great gun. So as always, guys, I hope you liked this video and I hope you got something out of it. With the way this gun is set up, it is set up for hand pumpers, so it is what it is. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe below. I appreciate you watching as always. See you on the next one.